How's it going? Welcome to the shop. Hope you're having a great day. So we got a whole bunch of wooden handles to epoxy on, but first I'm going to show you how we finish them. We want to get the bevels to exactly where we want them and all finished up, get them to a higher grit. I'm going to black oxide this one and stone wash this one and a bunch of other ones, and then we'll give them a two-tone bevel. Then it's time to epoxy everything on. Are you ready? Here we go. Welcome back. Man, phew, we got a whole bunch of knives. These are going to be our main focus because I want to get the epoxy on these and the pins in and all that stuff first. These three knives have never actually been dipped in ferric or anything, and these are all Hamon builds. If you go back and watch the karambit and the recurve, I did this one without grinding preheat bevels and this one ground, and I wanted to see the difference, but I never got back around to see it. So we'll at least get these up to a 400, dip them, and see what the Hamons look like. Then we got some 80 CRV and some 52-100. So we're just going to be finishing a bunch of knives and see how far we get. These, the bevels are already on 400, and with removable scales, we can always go back and fix them up and stuff. That's why I want to focus on the wooden handles and see where we can get. Let's get this whole thing started. Alright, I got my center line down the middle. I had to get some stronger glasses. Usually I wear 2.0s to grind, but these are like 2.5s. Getting blinder and blinder. I want this thin, so I'm going one down the middle. I think this is a 120 belt. So I'm just going to bring it down the line, and then that should be it. And then we'll go 240, 400. I'm basically going to do that with all these. See what we want, how we want to finish them. I must have marked this knife. Well, plus my glasses, now that I have better glasses, I need to take some more off, so I put an 80 on there. This line has to come down, so. Alright, here we go. I don't know if you saw that. I think this thing's starting to give. Cause I pushed, I must not have tightened it hard enough. I pushed on it and the whole thing gave and woo! Man, that could have ruined the blade. Got lucky on that one. You can see the swoop right here I'm trying to take out. So I put the belt back just a little bit. It's still hanging over a bit. Because if I put it all the way back, it's going to cut into this. Taking that little piece out right there might have been a mistake. I got it out, but I had to make the blade. I had to make the blade thinner because I went over the line, so I'm gonna have to go re-dicum this and get it all touched up. Whew, I'm glad I stopped. That was close. I could have made it really bad, but I got that spot out. I should, because what I did is I took it too thin, and I was pressing. So now I'm gonna have to. When I hit this on the belt, you're going to see there's going to be a whole bunch of ink left because it's fastest. I'm going to have to work all this in. I might have to even bring this back out farther, so we'll see. Alright, now this is probably because I'm going to put the belt back out so I can hit that swoop. I don't want to cut into that. You can see my old line maybe right there, so that's why I gave myself some room if you watched the previous videos on this. I got that down in one little spot, but you can see, well, I can still bring it up here, but I don't have that. It's still a swoop, but it's not that big old curve I had. So I had to give a little and take a little. So So I've talked about this in other videos. When you're trying to get spots like that, you can see I'm holding this, so I'm lifting this up. I'm not touching anything here. I'm just trying to get this little facet out right here, blend this all in. You can see I got a little bit right here to go. And then we should be pretty close. Yeah. So that little spot right there is what's bugging me. I have to be careful with it, but I also have to get this little facet right here. So I don't want to touch any of this part here. So I'm lifting the blade up just a little bit. You know, this is extreme. I'm just holding it like that. And notice all my pressure is here. There's no pressure down here or down here. It's all right here. Everyone asks me, why is my grinds messed up? Why can't I? It's where you put your pressure. Where you put your pressure is going to where it's going to grind. Look where my nail hit the belt. I do that on my fingers too, see? When you're holding it like this, you know, holding it like this, wait. Let you know you're too close. Thank God for fingernails, right? Yeah, I'm kind of lifting the back off too, because I don't want to hit back here. But then once I get this where I want it, I'll pull it right straight through and we'll be done. Yeah, man, nice and straight. All right. Now I got a hit right here. You see me moving my thumb down, but I'm not pushing in. I'm just giving it a little tilt. When you want to fix something like this, because this, I might even mess it up. I'm just tapping right there, because that's exactly where I want this to come up. But I'm not putting much pressure. Just more pressure than I'm putting on the rest of the blade. All right, we got a thick spot right, or we got a thin spot right here. So we're gonna have to bring everything else, but that's the only spot left, right there. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna put the 120 on and hit that with the 120. I got this almost out. We got just a little bit to do, but I don't want to do it with a coarse belt. In fact, I might skip the 120 and go right to 240. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So here's a brand new 240. Now, the problem with 240s are, they're so thin, you have this seam right here. See this seam right here? You're gonna want to take some kind of diamond pad. You know, this is like one of those hand sanders, and you knock down. You knock down this seam. I know people are thinking, oh, but that's gonna waste my belt. Yes, that's the whole point. These are cheap aluminum oxide belts. I have a lot of people ask me, oh, why am I burning my tip? Why am I burning this and that? If you use aluminum oxide belts, they get, once they start wearing out just a little bit, they get really hot, really quick. They might be cheaper, but if you're using aluminum oxide and all of a sudden it's starting to get hot really quick, go to a new one. You'll have to use 5 times as many belts if you want to go aluminum oxide, because they get hot real quick when they wear down. But that's why I only use them 240 and above. But instead of with such a thin belt, every time this would come around, it would go boop, 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 and it would leave marks in your blade. So you knock down the high spot, now that's the low spot. Let me go dikem these up. We're not taking off anymore. We've got it taken off. Now we just want to make sure we get the facets out. Alright, I'm going to take a break. I had to go back down, I'll be honest with you. I found a curve. It was coming out and it was curving. Tried to go remark it and I had to take a little bit off. Just a little bit, but man, I got it out. Yeah, that was worrying me. You can see how thin this is. There's not really recovery after that except making it shorter and shorter. But this tip was hooking off to the left. So I had to ground it down a little bit and go re-dikem it. And then take some off and bring it back over. You can see we're right on the line now, straight. So, yeah, this one I had to go back down to the 80. I got that little curve out there though, so I might even just keep this at it. No, you know what? I'm gonna black oxide this. I'll show you how I do my black oxide and all that. And then we'll hit it with a higher belt and get it all down. All the facets are out and all that, so. So here's that beginner knife maker build I did. I barely ever do full flat, so I'm just going to go ahead and make this into a full flat. I'm going to see if I can actually make this, because if you watch that beginner knife makers build, I was showing how to do a straight plunge line. I'm going to see if I can actually curve it into a full flat, see what it looks like. See what we got. Alright, so this and everything's going to be on the time lapse, and then, yeah, then we'll get to black oxiding tomorrow and stuff. Whew, I'll tell you what, look how thin I got that, because I know this is going to be a fillet knife. It's tough, but whoo, man, when you're down here trying to get that last little bit, whew, man, your fingers have nowhere to go because it's so thin. Yeah, man. You can still see it's got that swoop in it. I'm not going to bring that way out to here. It'll just have to have a little bit thicker of a sharpening edge. But yeah, man. Whew. This one came out pretty good too. I brought it all the way up. That's my version of a full flat. I haven't done a full flat on purpose, that is, in a long time. This corner came out better than this corner. I might try to chase it again in the morning, bring it up just a little bit more, see if I can bring that corner out. But other than that, yeah, man, I haven't done full flat in a long time. Well, I haven't done a full flat on purpose ever. We all do full flats when we start off. I ordered some cork belts because that's kind of my main plan. Is I want to do one with Scotch-Brite, one with cork belts, and one with Trizact, and show you all the difference. All right, till tomorrow. So I think that's about it. I was editing and we hit over the 16-minute line, so I try to keep these videos under 20 minutes. The next video will be the black oxide, the stone washing, and get the handles epoxied on, which will actually give me a day to let it dry, and then we can put it all into one video and get this all wrapped up. Sorry about some of the video quality. I'm still trying to learn that Sony camera. I forgot to take it off 120 frames per second, and I also had the white balance all weird, so it came out of off color. So I spent all day yesterday, which was Tuesday, trying to fix the color and all that, and I got it the best where I could, but yeah, I've got to learn that Sony a little bit better. Also, if you watched the live stream on Sunday, that's why Chip asked why it looked like I was in a club or something, because I had the wrong white balance on it. But anyway, thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Like if you like, dislike if you don't like it. Either way, lets me know what's going on. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. Leave comments about ideas you have or questions or something you want to learn. Any of that stuff, I'll try to get it figured out. Amazon links are on my websites with a few knives and shirts. Hope everyone's having a great day. And as always, take it easy. This one and stonewash this one and stonewash this one and a bunch of others and give them two-tone finishes. Alright, so I'm going to 20 frames per second and I forgot to put it on one